Hi there, my name is Anita and this is my sewing channel, Sewing Yogi, and today I'm going to be talking about all things sewing and what I made in August. So first off, thank you to everyone who has recently subscribed and all the amazing comments that I got from my last vlog. So yeah, thank you so much for commenting and all the wonderful messages that I received. So I shall get started. So the item that I'm wearing now is one of the things that I said I was going to make. Now, I didn't do a plans video as such. I kind of did a Friday sews where I mentioned that I was going to make this particular dress, and I did actually have it in my, I think it was in my July plans, but I never got around to making it. So this dress that I'm wearing is the Flora Dress by Hand London, and it was something that I purchased literally in July. I've never seen it before. I'm not sure why I missed this one, then it came out. But I really loved the idea of the ties and the high neckline. I quite liked the idea of that. So I used this fabric that I bought from Minerva, and I did buy it this year. So I will put the link down below for this fabric if they still have it. But yeah, so it's a viscose or rayon challis, I think they're describing it as. And it is a really lovely pattern. So first off, I will just stand back and let you see it first, and then I'll talk about what I did to it, the adjustments that I made, etc. So I'm going to have to stand on the steps so you can see it all. My head's going to get cut off, but I'm sure you're not interested in seeing that bit of me anyway. So I'll get on the step and just show you the full thing. So it's meant to be a circle skirt, and I did say that I thought I was going to struggle getting the pattern pieces out of this, and I'll tell you about that afterwards. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely dress. So it has a few details on it. It has bust darts, it has waist darts, and it has these little pleats right at the front here. And then it has pleats on the back, so you can see them there. And it has also back darts. And it's a fitted bodice and a circle skirt, or kind of like a circle skirt. I think it's meant to be quite a wide fitting skirt, so it's nice and full. Now I've chosen to make the version with the straight hem. There is another version where you're going to have a high-low hem, but I didn't want to do that one. And it has a back zip, and again the front of it here is quite high up, and then the back is similar, and then you can choose to have the ties, which I have here, which are a little bit difficult to kind of try and to get to cover up your strap there. But yeah, so it probably is better if you made it out of a cotton. It might actually hold its shape a bit more. But there, yeah, there's my ties. And you can do versions where it's just a straight strap, or there's another one where it has a strap and a frill on the actual strap. So yeah, I just chose one. I wanted to make the tie version, and in this lovely fabric, which is got lovely gold and red flowers on it. And yes, so I love it. I really, really love it. It's really nice and summery and floaty. And the skirt length is just below my knee, which I think is always a nice length for me. And yeah, so I shall just give you a quick twirl on my step. There you go. And I love it. I really do love this. So the pattern instructions say that you can get this dress out of 2 meters of fabric. Now, when I first looked at the skirt pieces, I thought that's looking like it's not going to fit. And when I came to cutting it out, I did struggle to get the skirt pieces on the fabric, and I had to kind of sort of slice the skirt off a little from the waist down to try and trim some off so it would fit on the fabric. Now, if I'd looked at the instructions properly and the layout plans, I probably would have been able to get the skirt out the way that they suggest. I didn't look at the instructions properly, so next time I may be able to get the full skirt out of the 2 meters of fabric. There's a specific way that they tell you to lay your fabric pieces out, so your pattern pieces out on the fabric, and I just completely ignored that and just did my own thing, and that's why it didn't fit. So my own fault completely. Next time I'm going to try it again with the 2 meters, just to see if I can actually squeeze the 2 meters out. Now I did take some off the skirt, so again, I'm still not convinced you're going to get this out 2 meters. I think you definitely need more if you're tall, or you know, you want to make the full skirt. I think maybe you need more. Anyway, it calls for a 21-inch invisible zip, and the bodice is lined, so you're just lining the bodice. And I had some old fabric left over from another bodice that I lined, which is just lining fabric. It feels very sort of soft and kind of cottony, and it's very, very thin, but it does the job and it's perfect. So for sizing, I did make a 12 for this, because what I've said before, if there's anything with darts or waist darts, then I like to just do a quick twirl, just to see if they sit properly and if it's okay. So at first I did the 6 on the shoulders, which I'm happy I did, because this fits my chest nicely. So I did a 6 on there, and then I just graded to a 10. And I did grade to a 12 for the waist, which I think I probably didn't need to do. I could have just left it as a 10, because it did end up being too big. I had to take some back in on the zip. Yeah, and then I found that I had to move my bust darts. So I moved my bust dart down by 1.1 centimetre. I don't know what that is in inches. So 11 millimeters. And then I had to move my waist dart to centre front, because again, they always tend to sit too wide on me, so I always have to bring them just in a little bit. And that was 2 centimetres, or 3/4 of an inch. I shortened the bodice by, again, 3/4 of an inch, 2 centimetres, but I think I could probably got away with shortening it a little bit more. So it just sits a little bit too low, where I think it starts to get a little bit unflattering. So I could have probably taken up a little bit more, but again, I was being cautious. I didn't want to do it too short. And then the skirt, I've shortened that by 2 inches as well. I do put all my sizes of what my measurements are in the description below, so you can compare. But yeah, I love this dress. It was actually quite simple to put together. I don't think there was any issues at all with putting it together. The instructions are good. I can't remember if there were any issues with the instructions. I don't think there were. I don't remember having any problems with putting this together. I remember thinking it was very straightforward. So yeah, it's very simple bodice and then just skirt. And so yeah, obviously I was worried that the skirt might be a bit strange on here, having had to slice them off. I probably had to slice off a good 4 inches, like a kind of like a wedge, just to get it to fit onto my fabric. But it doesn't look too bad. I don't think it's still quite wide, but next time I will try and definitely try and make the full skirt. But yeah, I really love this. It's actually very chilly today, so I am a little bit cold, but it's okay because I am going on holiday next week. Again, we're going abroad, so I will be able to wear this before the year is out. That's why I wanted to make this in September, to get this made for, sorry, in August, to get this made for my holiday. So I am going to get some wear out of this. It seems crazy now that the weather's going just a little bit chillier and it's becoming very autumnal that I've been making summer dresses still, but I'm going on holiday, so it's fine. I'm going to be able to wear it. I think this would be a really good dress in some nice cotton lawn and give it just a little bit more structure. I've made this in the rayon, so it is a little bit soft, and I think maybe the ties are a little bit limp, but that's okay because I tend to wear if I have a dress like this, I tend to wear the ties a little bit further back anyway, so they don't sit right on my shoulders. But because this is a rayon, sorry, it's a little bit looser and drapier, it doesn't look too bad. They can tend to be a little bit bulky with some of these tie straps on me. I don't like too much going on my shoulders. So yeah, I think this would be really lovely in a cotton lawn or something, a bit more structure. As I said and mentioned before in my other vlog when I said I was going to make this, I don't like the high-low hem. So I knew I wanted to make it a straight hem. However, I did mess up with drawing out or tracing off the pattern. I traced off the normal straight hem on the front, but on the back, I stupidly, and I don't know why, I traced off the low hem, even though I'd said I didn't want that. So when it came to doing the skirt or hemming the skirt, it was an absolute nightmare and so tedious to try and level that off. I just dislike doing hems anyway. There's no way I would have left it. Didn't like it. I don't like that look on me. So yeah, I had to level it off, make it all symmetrical, and I'm happy with it now. So yeah, there's nothing else I've got to say about this dress other than it's a really pretty dress and it's very feminine and lovely, lovely design actually. It's the first pattern I've made from By Hand London. I have loads of their patterns, but I've just not got around to making any of them. And also I will say that I had an issue recently with buying their Hannah dress, I think it's called, and the files didn't download properly. I think it was a zip file, and zip files can be a bit strange. I always find them a bit challenging, and it didn't download properly, so I couldn't quite get the A4 PDF files to open. I did email them and got nothing back. So luckily, hubby came in with his skills and worked it out for me. It just didn't download properly, so he did it again for me. But yeah, I thought that was a bit weird. I have emailed them in the past and they've never got back to me either, so I don't know whether they're just very slow with replying or they're just not very good in replying to emails. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that if anyone else has had problems with By Hand London. But yeah, so that's it for this one. So for my next make, I have done a little bit of kind of upcycling. I had a dress that I made way back when I first started sewing, and it was a beautiful dress. It was a new look dress, and it was a lovely sort of fit and flare kind of style dress. Really pretty, lovely, lovely dress. But I made it in some Rose and Hubble cotton, and I made it too small. I don't know what I was doing. I think I didn't read the instructions properly, and I just made it too small. So it fitted, but was really super tight. And I've never worn it. Also, I think the colour of the fabric didn't quite suit my skin tone either. So it's been sat there for ages, and I kept thinking about making something out of this dress, making it into a skirt maybe, or something else. But eventually, I just thought I need some shorts. So just some normal everyday shorts, nothing fancy, mainly just for kind of running in or for just, you know, pottering around in the garden. And I just wanted some simple ones. So I downloaded a free pattern. Last year I found this pattern and I've had it stored for ages, and I thought I'm going to make their shorts. And interestingly, I think another company, I think it's the Friday Pattern Company, just released a free pattern for shorts, and it's very similar. So there they are, the Pearl Soho shorts. I think that's what they're called. Let me check. And I'll put a little image of it up here, of the shorts. Now you can do them in child sizes or you can do them in adult sizes. And I had some other fabric that my mother-in-law gave me that she had left over from making a lovely dress. She made the Hughes dress from Friday Pattern Company, which I still yet to make that dress. I really want to make that dress. And she made it out of a beautiful chambray, and she had some left over, so she gave it to me. And there was only, I'd say, maybe a metre, half a metre, not very much. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I thought I will use that fabric and make the shorts as well as the other fabric from the dress. So here they are, and they are a very simple design. So you can see that they have bias bound edges that go all the way around. They kind of remind me of the old shorts that I'd wear when I was smaller, when I was little, back in the early 1980s. And so I chose the fabric that I had from the dress on the front, and then the fabric that my mother-in-law gave me on the back. And it's worked out really, really well. They are all really lovely. Now I did debate about going on, putting these on and showing you, but because it's quite chilly, I just thought I'll just show you the shorts, and I will save you from having to witness my bare legs. So yeah, I really love these. I think it's a fabulous pattern. It's really easy to do, really simple. And I've worn them quite a few times. They've been through the wash quite a few times now, and you might be able to tell that they've started to fade already. But yeah, I really love them. I'm wearing them at the moment for running. I have got some sports style shorts that go underneath, which I don't want to wear on their own for running. They're a bit skimpy. So I put those underneath, and they're brilliant, and they're really nice and comfortable. So yeah, it's a really simple design and really comfortable to wear. The pattern comes in sizes from 33 to 46-inch hip, and that's what you decide. That's the measurement they give you to decide which one you want to go for. The waist obviously is elasticated, so you don't need to worry about that bit so much. It's just the hip around your bottom area. And I chose to do size 38 to 40-inch hip because my hips are 37, but I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to be too tight. And I really like the size, actually. It's quite comfortable for me. And there's plenty of room in them. So yeah, they're really lovely. And so yeah, you have to bias bind all the edges, which again, I used my own bias bind tape that I made from the chambray that I had. And yeah, I really love them. I really think they're so cute. And it's an amazing free pattern. And I did actually realise that when making these, I did a free pattern last month. Can't remember if I made a free pattern the month before. I'm not sure. But I made a free pattern last month, which was the tote bag from Ellie and Mac. And then this month I've made this free pattern, the Pearl Soho shorts. And I wondered whether it was an interesting theme for me to do every month is make one free pattern. So I'm going to try and keep this going. No promises, mind, because I do get distracted. So I just thought it might be something that's quite nice for everyone to see a free pattern being made up. Now, I had loads of lovely comments regarding my last vlog about the cost of sewing and how much everything costs, and, you know, buying wonderful fabric from online and, you know, having the subscription boxes, etc., and that I haven't got the funds to do that kind of thing. And I had so many lovely comments from everybody saying that they were in the same boat, you know, with one thing or another, family and, you know, the cost of living, etc., rising. It's not something that's available to most people. So it really helped me feel actually like a lot better about my sewing. And it just reminded me that the reason why I love sewing is that you can pretty much knock something up pretty easily with anything, really. I mean, an old bed sheet. And I know that the So Frugal challenge that we had in March is all about that. But I think that we sometimes can get wound up in the whole idea that it's, you know, buying really beautifully expensive fabric. And yes, it's lovely to have that, and you can, you know, if you've got the money, that's amazing. And especially if you've got something you really want to make that's special for an event, a wedding, or, you know, a party or whatever, great. But for the addict that I am about sewing, I just cannot afford to keep doing that. I need to find easy, cheap ways of making things to satisfy my need to sew. So I did think that maybe this is a nice idea to have a free pattern every month that I can make, and for you out there to see the pattern made up, my ideas, my thoughts on the pattern. So yeah, let me know in the comments whether you think this is a good idea that I do this. And of course, I shall be using my market fabric to make pretty much most of them in. Maybe I will have to purchase some fabric if it's for something more, maybe, you know, like jersey or a knit fabric. I tend to not be able to find those fabrics as easily in the markets. So yeah, let me know what you think on that idea. But yeah, I really love this pattern. If you want just some quick shorts to knock up, and obviously I know we're coming to the end of the summer now, you may not want to make them now, but for spring next year, it's a really great pattern to try. And again, as I said, it's very similar to the Friday Pattern Company shorts they've just released. I think they released them back in July or August time. It was whenever I was making these that's when they released the pattern. And it's very similar. I think theirs has a drawstring waist, so that's also probably a good pattern to try as well if you want these kind of style shorts. Their size range might be a bit more expansive as well, maybe a bit more inclusive, because these only go up to a size 46-inch hip, so you may want to check out that one from Friday Pattern Company. But yeah, so that's my upcycling, which I'm really pleased about, because that dress has now got extra another life, if that makes sense. It's getting its wear out in this pair of shorts. A friend of mine who is the oldest friend I have now. We've known each other since we were probably about 3, 4. We went through school together, and we've stayed friends. And yeah, she's, you know, probably the only friend I have now that would remember my mom. And yeah, so she's very important to me. And it was her birthday in August, so I quickly made her a drawstring bag, which is a pattern that was released from Sew Over It. I think they released it as a lunchtime sews, but you can actually buy the pattern from them online. But I would say you probably don't need to buy it. You could probably just, you know, follow the instructions quite easily. It's pretty much a straightforward drawstring bag. I'll put a picture of the one I made my friend up in the corner here. It's a really simple, lovely little pattern, and you can probably find tutorials of how to make these sort of drawstring bags as well online. But they're great as gifts, because I intended the bag to be for the presents that I was buying her, but she said that she was going to use it for something else, which is great, because she was over the moon with it. And she said, you know, for work, she could put it in her bag and put the things that she needs in it. And yeah, so I was really pleased that she loved it. I did say I was going to make another one for her, which I haven't got round to yet, but I will make her another one. But I thought they were a great idea for gifts for Christmas, as Christmas is going to come up soon. So yeah, really lovely little thing. And they're really simple. I don't know why I've not made one before. I've never made one, and I just thought, this is amazing. I'm going to make tons of these. So that's what everyone's getting for Christmas. So I shall show you next what I have also made in August. Okay, so for my next make that I made in August is this beauty that I am wearing right now, and I cannot tell you how much I love this. It's a pattern that I wanted to make for so long, and I just have been terrified of making it, and I don't know why, but I just love it. It's so, so, so beautiful. So it is the Sew Over It Camille Jumpsuit, and it is from their Work to Weekend ebook. I have been meaning to make this for so long. I love it. I absolutely adore it. So the fabric, first of all, again, it's a market buy. I'm not going to let you down and say it's from a shop. It's from the market. And I wasn't sure about it because it's a racing green colour. Now I have made something else with green in, and I can't remember what it was, but there was a lady that mentioned that I looked nice in green, because I've always thought I didn't look that good in green. But anyway, she said, you look really nice in green. And I said to her at the time, now you will be surprised to know that I've actually just bought some more fabric that is green, because I'm drawn to it, but I didn't think it suited me. Anyway, I'm now in love with this shade of green. This particular shade of green is racing green, and it's beautiful. And it had these pink flowers on it, and I did pass by it a few times and kept looking at it and thinking, I'm just going to buy it. I didn't know that I was going to make this out of it at the time, but then when I saw the pattern again, when flicking through the patterns, I just thought, that's what I'm going to make. I'm going to make the Camille jumpsuit. I absolutely adore this. So I'll stand back and let you see it first. It's just glorious. I can't tell you how much I'm in love with this pattern. So I shall stand back and let you see it first. Okay, so I'm going to chop my head off again, but you can see that it's a wrap over front, and it has a lovely waistband that goes all the way around the middle, and it has these beautiful pleats that go in across the front here. So there's a pleat there, and then there's a pleat there, and you have the same on the inside. So again, it's a pleat and then another pleat, which just cinches it in, and it just makes it look so pretty and beautiful. So yeah, and then the front here, you have pleats that go across the trouser area, and then you have pockets here. Actually, is there two pleats? Yes, there's two pleats. Yeah, there's two pleats again here down the front, and then you have the pocket, and you have these big sleeves. You can do the big sleeves, or you can do a straight sleeve in this pattern. I chose the big sleeves because it's more of a summery pattern, and I have shortened these sleeves. I think I shortened them about 2 inches, and that was mainly because I didn't have enough fabric. I didn't have enough fabric to cut the band out on the fold. I think they ask you to cut it out the fold. I actually cut it on the grain because I just didn't have enough, but you can't really tell that I've done that, I don't think. And then the back, you have back darts that go up here, and it has a zip, an invisible zip, goes all the way down, and it's just beautiful. I think you have, just trying to remember, no, it's just darts here in the bottom of the trousers. They go down. I'll sort of stand back. You probably won't be able to hear me when I go back all the way there, just so you can see it. It's a lovely trouser all the way down, and it's a lovely length. I've had to cut the length off mine. And the pockets, it's cinched beautifully in at the waist here. It is absolutely stunning, gorgeous, absolutely amazing pattern. I love the way that the waist is all cinched in, and it fits so beautifully. I just think it's a really well put together and beautiful design, and I really love it. It's beautiful. I just love it so much. I've worn it loads already. I have washed it, and so if you see any bad ironing, then I apologise. I really despise ironing, and I'm really rubbish at it. So I tried to iron it the best I could, but there's obviously, there's gonna be a few creases in it. It's a really difficult one to iron, I found. So I'll also add in the pictures that I took when I made this. I put it up on Instagram, so there'll be some photos on there if you did want to go over and have a look. But I love this pattern so much. I can't say how much I love it. It's just beautiful. Now, I made pretty much a straight size 10. I think I did an 8 on the shoulders and the neck and the front neckline, and the rest is just a straight 10. I've not made any adjustments to this pattern. I didn't touch the rise, the crotch depth or anything. Now, I did measure the pattern pieces when I was contemplating what size to make, and I compared it to another jumpsuit I have, the New Look 6446, because it's my most popular pattern. I love that one. And I just measured it, and when I measured it, I kind of thought, is this going to be similar in the crotch depth and everything? And I deduced that I was just going to go for it. I didn't even twirl this or anything. I just went for it, being quite unlike me, just going for it, especially as I love this fabric and I didn't really want to mess this up, but I just thought, I'm just going to do it. It can't be that bad. So yeah, and then I made it, and what can I say? It just fits me perfectly, which is the first time ever for anything. I did take some off the length of the trousers, obviously, because I think all of the sew over it patterns that are based on Lisa's sizing, and she's about 5'6", 5'7". Me being 5'2", I knew that I'd have to take some off, so I think I took about a good 4.5 inches. Could have been 4 3/4 inches actually I took off the leg length. But apart from that, I've made no other adjustments, and it just fits me. I love it. I'm going to make another one, probably lots of them. Everybody that's seen it has commented on how beautiful they think it is. And yeah, it's just very, very feminine and very well designed, if that makes sense. I love this. So this is probably going to be, can't decide whether my new look my new look 6446 is still my favourite now. I don't know if this was going to be my favourite jumpsuit. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if there was any difficulty. The only difficulty is actually getting these pleats in. The instructions were not that clear, I didn't think. I thought they could have been done much more. They could have been done much more. The explanation could have been better. I can't get my words out. Explanation of that could have been a bit better. The pictures are not that clear. And again, I think they're using the a patterned fabric when for the images, and that's quite difficult to see what's going on. But I did suss it out eventually. Yeah, I definitely think it was much easier than I thought it would be. Thought it would be way more complicated, and I think maybe if I'd struggled with the rise or the crotch depth or something like that, or had problems with it, I perhaps may have thought it would be more difficult. But it just turns out that it fits me perfectly. And so I've been obviously very blessed with the fact that it fits. I'm just so over the moon with this one. So yeah, I'm going to make it again. This fabric, I'm just completely in love with this fabric. Again, I can't believe that it was, again, just one of my market buys. I just adore the fabric, the colour of it, and the pink flowers on it are just stunning. I love it. Yeah, so that's the Camille jumpsuit by Sew Over It. And I think that's everything that I've made in August. I don't think I had anything else that I got to show you. I really hope you enjoyed seeing what I made in August and you've enjoyed this vlog. And please do give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, and also just comment and let me know what you think of my makes, and the idea that I had about doing a free pattern every month, or making a free pattern I should say, because obviously I know the queen of free patterns and frugal sewing is Sam from Frugalissima, and a lot of the free patterns that I found are from watching her vlogs. So yeah, I just thought maybe if I make some up every month, then it will be helpful for you. But let me know, because I just thought, as I'm doing a free pattern, then I'll make another one, and then this month see what happens. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will hopefully see you very soon. I hope everyone's good. Take care of yourselves, and as always, sending loads of love. Bye.